Hi, I'm Bob Kramer and I'm here to give you some tips on knife sharpening. People will often chip their knives carving a turkey. We only break a turkey down once a year or once every couple of years, and we're not exactly sure where the joint is. So as you're bending the leg back on the turkey and you're cutting into it, you really want to find out where the joint is, where those two bones come together, because if your knife comes into the top of the cartilage on that turkey bone and you're not getting through it, don't twist the knife, because it can easily blow a chip out of the edge of your chef's knife. Just back your chef's knife out, move that joint around a little bit and find the space. You want to cut between the joint. You're not trying to cut the head of the bone off. If you want to cut through something, you want to do a press cut, and the knife needs to be perpendicular to the board. So you want to press cut carefully through, and the only bones that you should attempt to cut is a chicken bone. The other thing you should be really cautious of, especially at the holidays, are cutting a squash, any kind of a squash. They usually have some stem that's coming out of them, and then on the bottom side, it looks like a little belly button on the bottom of the squash. That stem is extremely hard. It's almost like wood. And some people will put the squash down and try to cut through that stem, and as the knife gets stuck in the stem, they'll twist the blade. That'll absolutely blast a chip out of the edge of your knife. So as the stem comes out of that squash, you want to move back into the squash about an inch, cut the head of the squash off, turn it around, cut the bottom of the squash off so you're not trying to cut through that little woody belly button at the bottom of the squash. Now turn the squash flat. You've got a nice controlled flat side, and you can cut your squash in half and then clean it or roast it from there. Be really careful about those ends. They're extremely hard. They will chip your knife.